Hi, everyone in Facebook world. I'm Dr. Ty Bratvold of Millennium Valley Chiropractic, and this is Momentum Monday. So, Momentum Monday is designed to just give you any of the tips that you may need to take to the next level of where you're at in your world, in your life, in your work, in your exercise life, whatever it may be. And we want to just give you whatever it takes to get to that next level and achieve and create and make goals and all that stuff. So today we're going to talk about what it is that we're going to get to be able to achieve those goals that you're set. Hopefully the resolutions aren't done right now. Hopefully they're continuing to go. And if they are, you're right on track. Let's keep it up. So what I'm going to talk about is making small achievements. So I'm going to use, for example, burpees. Burpees are, if any of you guys have done 100 burpees, it's not an easy task. It's tough. The first 20, 30, 40 might be, not too bad, might be pretty easy. And then after that, it just is a grind and it can become very, very daunting. And a lot of us can't make it to that 100. So what do we do to get there? What if we did this? What if we broke that up into, let's say, a set of 10? So if you look at 100 and go, there's no way I can do that. But what if can we do 10? Absolutely, we can do 10, piece of cake, or 5, or whatever it may be for you. And set that small goal and do 10 sets of 10. Break it up, make it so that it's something that your brain can wrap its head around. And then we achieve those smaller goals to eventually get to that bigger goal. If it's something that you get into and you get to number 8, what you're going to find with that is when you put your mind to it, when you put your mind to that 10, you're going to get to 8 and go, I can do more. And you can push yourself to maybe get 12 instead. So there's an achievement there that takes you beyond what you thought you could do in the first place, that then empowers you to push even further. And like I said, we can do this in our exercise world, we can do this in our eating world, we can do this in our work world. What is it that, because there's tasks everywhere. So what in those tasks, what in your life tasks, it might be with your marriage, struggling with marital relations, just struggling to communicate, things like that. And most of the time what happens is we wait until it gets way too late in the game. And so we have to climb out of this giant hole in order to get just to even ground. So what can we do in our marital world, in our relationship world, that can get us beyond that? How about we take little tiny steps, and it may not get us right back to where we want to be, but how we take those steps and make those gains slowly at a time, a little bit at a time. Maybe one week you sit down with your significant other and just communicate just one thing. Here's the things that I really care about and enjoy about you. And then maybe sandwich it. I love what Pastor Roger does, is he does the baseball analogy of there's once a week you sit down and talk with your spouse about a base hit, a strikeout, and a home run. And throughout the week, we've made notes on this, and you put those notes down and what the strikeout was, what the home run was, and what the base hit was. Honey, when you did this, man, it was out of this world. It was amazing. When you did this, it kind of hurt my feelings, and it wasn't as good. And this is dialed in. You're doing great there. Just going through that. No chance to talk about it during when you're saying those things, and then the reverse happens with your significant other. That's one of those little significant things that makes a big impact in a longer time. And then we move to the next level, and whatever that may be, doing a devotional with your spouse. And again, this is just one example or two examples of how we can use those baby steps to continue to further advance our life and keep that endurance going and keep that momentum going into making our lives better. Because I'm always going to tell you this. Hi Summer, how are you, dear? Love you. When we're just coasting, I like to use this analogy. If you're on a bicycle, in order to coast, you can't be on flat ground. You can't be just going just lateral movement. If you're not pedaling, what's happening is you have to be going downhill in order to keep up speed. So when we're coasting in life, we're not pouring into our spouse, pouring into ourselves, pouring into our life, pouring into our kids, what's happening is we're going downhill and eventually we're going to hit bottom. So how can we prevent that? We continue to push more forward and just make those little gains. Don't go for the 100 burpees right off the bat. Don't go for the marital bliss right off the bat. Let's make those small gains, okay? So that's my challenge to you guys, to keep that momentum going in your life by making those small goals and achieving those and then making the next level, okay? Love you guys. Be blessed and be a blessing. Love you, Summer. Take care.